name is David Sines, and you're watching Aspired to Inspire, where my aspirations are to get you guys inspired and back in the kitchen again. Today, we're making a quick and easy shepherd's pie. What you'll need to make shepherd's pie is about a cup of onions, a cup of diced carrots. I'm using 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Traditionally, shepherd's pie is made with ground lamb, minced lamb, whatever you want to call it. So technically this is called cottage pie, but it's still shepherd's pie. I'm in America, I'm sorry. I got about 3 pounds maybe of red potatoes, chicken stock, some flour, about 1.5 tablespoons, the fresh herbs of rosemary and thyme, freshly grated fine white cheddar, frozen peas, and I'm also using demi-glaze. Secret ingredient also, we are going to be using some Merlot wine. So we've peeled and diced some red potatoes. Now I'm straining them off. I've let them simmer for about 15 minutes. And my choice for red potatoes is because it's a good mashed potato. It's a cross between a waxy potato and a floury potato, or a starchy potato as it's also called. Once you can break them apart with your finger, you know they are ready to go. So once our potatoes are done, I start to mash. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, some salt. Don't be shy on the salt. And some cracked black pepper, freshly ground. And 1 egg yolk. Continue to mash until fully smooth. Get that nice and hot. We're going to add our onions and carrots. So the object here is not to saute them fully to get brown, but to get them translucent and soft. So as you can see, our carrots and onions have become translucent, somewhat tender. Now we're going to add our ground beef. Teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. We're going to brown this nice and good. Remember, no color, no flavor. You want to get this nice and browned off, a little seared on it. Break it down. Now if you really wanted to, you could have used frozen carrots and frozen peas. I use frozen peas anyways, and just cooked your onions and garlic together, and then added your ground beef, and then towards the end we're going to add our frozen vegetable. But you could have totally used frozen or canned carrots, but I use fresh so that this way the aromatics get through everything. Next we're going to add our ground thyme and our rosemary. Do some more pepper. Salt. And we'll keep browning this off until it's fully cooked. So now that we've got this fully browned off, I'm using 80-20 ground beef. We're going to get some of this oil out of here. So we're going to strain that out, and we'll be right back. So now we're back. We've strained it. This is where we are going to add our flour. Give that a good mix. This is going to help thicken it. Get that fully incorporated. So we're going to cook some of that flour taste out of it. That's why we're adding it so early. Now as you can see, I've got some sticky bits down in the bottom. That's good, you want that. That's flavor down there, believe it or not. So then, we're going to add some Merlot. That's going to help us deglaze, which means take off all that flavor from the bottom of the pan and reconstitute it back into the meat. We're going to add our demi. Up. We're going to add chicken stock. Last but not least, if I can open it. Now that I made a fool of myself, we're going to add some Worcestershire, about 2 teaspoons. Almost forgot tomato paste. About a tablespoon of that. Now the wine is optional, but I definitely recommend the Worcestershire and the tomato paste. It's going to help build a nice body and nice depth and profile. I'm going to cook this down. You can see it's starting to thicken up. That's what you want. You almost want like a gravy-like consistency in this. Because you're going to bake this in the oven, and you don't want it to dry out and burn on it. You want it to stay nice and, I dare not say moist. You want it to stay juicy. Then you give it a try and burn the hell out of your mouth. Add a little bit more of my chicken stock. Just to keep it juicy. Now that your wine is cooked out, it's nice and thick. You can see it's a gravy-like consistency in there. Now if you didn't add your carrots before, this would be the time to add your carrots and peas. Frozen, canned, whatever you please. Look at that. So we're going to shut the heat off. In comes the last pot, which is mash. We're going to just take globs of it and put it all around. We're just going to spread it all around the top of this bad boy. I'm going to finish spreading that right around. Now you don't want it to be completely smooth because we're actually going to go back through with a fork and try to break it up just a bit. Give it some texture. This is going to help the top get nice and crispy. That's what you want, is nice crispy top. But more surface area on the potatoes, highs and lows, will help create that. Then we come through with our cheddar. Help elevate it just another tad. Then we're going to take this to a preheated 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. After about 25 minutes, pull this out. That's exactly what you want. Now you're going to want to let this cool because this is going to be molten lava, if you can't tell, boiling around the edges. It will burn your face. It'll burn your whole gourd and you won't have a good day. Don't let it burn your beak. Sound of perfection.